Hello, my name is Angelina Oliver, and today I'm presenting a speech on nautical clocks titled From Tool to Tyrant, How the Creations of Mankind Dominated Their Makers. Now, for generations, individuals and communities studied the skies to determine what they would do in their day-to-day lives. The heavens decided everything, such as when the sun rose, these people woke up, when it set, they went to sleep, and when the constellations studded the skies, they planted and harvested. Now, the heavens were ordering every aspect of life, and as is the nature of humanity, people sought to dominate the skies. They did so by arranging calendars with the seasons and eventually the separate year. Now, measuring the movements of the stars became vital to civic life as nautical measures became an important aspect of society. Now, these sailors required an intense education, particularly in mathematics, so that they would be able to operate these systems of latitude and longitude. However, the current methods they were using were inaccurate at best and at worst life-threatening. Now, as such, those in power sought to create a new system that would be mainly mechanical, that they would no longer have to educate these sailors to the point they were doing. In 1604, King Philip III offered a prize of 10,000 ducats for mechanical solution that would ease the burden of knowledge on these sailors, and later King Louis XIV of 100,000 florins. Now, there was another event which sped up this process. A catastrophe occurred by Land's End in the southwest coast in 1707, where an English fleet and their admiral went down not even 40 miles offshore. In light of this event, even more rewards were offered, £2,000 to support the experimentation of new ideas, and £20,000 for crafting a solution. Now, as you can imagine, there were several propositions, and it became evident that weights and pendulums were useless on the high seas. All these inventors were flocking to this high of reward, and in a 15th century invention was unearthed, which would prove useful in later creations. It was a timepiece which operated by use of a spring, and eventually a spool was added so that it would have more power. Later, Robert Hooke expanded on this invention and made it seaworthy by having this timepiece rely on its own center of gravity rather than that of the ship that it was resting on. However, the origin of this invention and several other designs were disputed as he had no patent. However, he does have a law named after him. Later, a man named John Harrison was the final creator and winner of this Parliament's Prize in his timepiece, which withstood a 9-week trip to Jamaica and only lost 5 seconds of time on this journey. However, sailors would continue to use the heavens to navigate until nautical clocks were made cheaper than their educations. It was realized that clocks which failed to succumb to the high seas were more than capable of proclaiming the time on an individual's person, and the watch was born. The watch continued to make time a prevalent aspect of everyday life, and now we have something similar in the form of a cell phone. This device that was once meant to be a tool in aid of humanity's cultivation and enhancement of the world has now taken control of society. If we wish to diminish this endless cycle which is akin to Frankenstein, of our creations taking control of us, then it is vital that we as a society elicit change. The very issue is that whenever humanity assembles something of significant potential to change the way society operates, then that civilization will often fall into a rut. We can see this in the aspect of transportation and how we have more efficient methods of travel than ever before, yet our time continues to run out faster each year, and how we have more of a grasp of psychology and in fact have the most knowledge of it up to date, yet depression rates are at an all-time high. The sign of a rut is that one ceases to create, but instead maintains and consumes. We have become steeped, therefore, in a man-made system of life when we rely on it to function. Therefore, we have fallen into a society where we treat our tools as tyrants. Thank you. My name is Angelina Oliver, and that concludes my presentation.